Hi, I'm Katie Todd, and today's episode is called Silver Linings. You've all heard that old cliche, the difficult situation you're in, you have to look for the silver lining. And there usually is one, though I can tell you in my little tantrums that I've had at times, I've been battling to find them, but I think maybe they are there. I'd like to give you a fabulous example of a silver lining. A very young client I know, very bright young woman who's 19, is at university at the moment. She's doing an arts degree, and as with a lot of students doing humanities and arts degree at a very good university here in WA, she's saying, but where's it going to lead me? What sort of work am I going to be able to get? What job can I get? I don't know where I'm going. And then she gets all mixed up and says, I'll just go to London, or I'll go and apply for NIDA, or I'll do this, because she's actually very talented. She's a singer and she's a good actress. And she's not sure where she's going, so she will tell you a different story every few weeks, which is very entertaining for me when I see her. The other day she came in, or must have been about 6 weeks ago, for a session, and she was very grumpy. Bloody hell, she said, I've got to do, I won't say how she said it, jury duty. Not impressed. She said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dress like a total yob. I'm going to look like I'm an emo person. I'm going to say I'm really racist and I hate homosexuals and I think they're all dickheads. And she said, I'm not going to get selected for jury duty. And I said, oh, are you? That's what you'd like to do. And she goes, yeah, I don't want to do it. I'm so annoyed, I just won't turn up. And I said, well, I think you might find there's consequence. Let's read the fine print. She brought a form in. Can you get out of it? Unfortunately, no. Well, that was her plan then. She's a good actress. She'd do it. The day was getting closer. I saw her again the week beforehand. Boy, was she complaining. I mean, on and on and on. And it was getting a little bit monotonous. She had to do it. She knew she had to do it, but she just thought she'd get a violin out and we'd make a real nice dramatic story about it, which is her tendency. The day came. She wasn't sure how to get there. She had to ring her parents. I don't know where to park. I don't know where it is. Every difficulty she could find, she found. She came to see me 2 days after the trial. How did it go? I asked. Oh my God, she said. I loved it. I went there. I got there at 8:30. The day finished at 4:30. I was so energised. It was fantastic. I'm off to get my papers to apply for law. I said, are you serious? She goes, yeah. She'd actually been offered to do law because she was a straight A student. She said, oh, I won't like that. That's not for me. And she looked at it. She said, the defence lawyer was fantastic. The prosecutor was pathetic. He could hardly string a sentence together. She said it was really good. And she said, you know what? I was sitting in there in the jury and these people were really shy and they'd never done it before. And she said, so I took over. I thought I could do it. I just looked at her. She's 19. She was saying there was a lady there, it was a drug case about having found some drugs in a car, but the guy said it wasn't his car. And there was a pregnant woman there saying, I don't want people like that on my streets. I've got my unborn baby to protect. And she told her to grow up and get over herself. I thought that was just fantastic. But she was very adamant that they had to follow the letter of the law. The second day of the trial was really interesting. You're only allowed, she was educating me now, you're only allowed to consider the evidence that has been given to you at the trial. When they went to the jury room to have a look and assess everything, they found that some extra evidence had been slipped in by one of the police. And it was showing his past history with drugs, his past behaviours and misdemeanours. Not allowed. So what did my client do? She said, we have to go and see the judge. So she informed the judge. She said, this is not legal, this is not appropriate, you must follow the process. Of course he's guilty, I know that, but you can't prove it, so he's not guilty. The judge commended the jury and aborted the trial at 2:15 that day. She was on fire. She was off to apply at this university, that university, she had all the forms, and off she goes. She'd always wanted to work for the United Nations. It was interesting, but didn't know how to get there. She'd always poo-pooed law, and I thought, how amazing. Do you know law applications close at the end of next week? If she'd been asked to do jury duty a month later, it would have been too late. She'd have lost another year. Instead, the universe, life, herself, had somehow construed that she had that experience, and she said, you know what, I can see myself there. I reckon I could do this. She is so focused and so excited. I'm thrilled for her. And you know what? If we could just remember when we're complaining, and I'm the same as everyone else, when we're complaining about this or that or we're in a hard place, there is a silver lining, and it's about looking laterally, looking outside of the box and seeing what am I gently being directed to consider that I wouldn't, because it's going to take me to a better place. Have a look for your silver linings.